let's flip a coin. Heads Carolina, tails California.
Okay, it's Andy Graham. I had to go change my shirt. It was way too hot in my room. I mean, it's 49 degrees outside. I come in and it takes me a while to think. I put on that sweatshirt thinking it would be good, but now it's too warm in this house. It's 77 degrees, too warm for a heavy-duty Harvard sweatshirt. This is Andy Graham with the Ask Andy Show. And DW, I don't really know much about him. DW, I think it's Doug something. He didn't really ask a question, but he used a term that I want to, he was basically asking where is the newsletter? Okay, why is the newsletter not being sent to me? And I keep saying you can go directly to YouTube and watch these videos, but he says, I don't want that. I want the email push. Okay, and I really have been trying to figure out a good term for this for, you know, ever since I started reading emails. I want the email push also. I hated RSS feeds because you have to go look at them. Okay, I don't like bookmarks because you have to go look at them. I don't like Facebook because it's random. What I want is the email push. The email push is the idea, well, Facebook tries to do this to you, and they all try to do it because Facebook would be nothing without email. Email is what made Facebook work because they sent you to your email to you and they asked you to invite all your friends and they all got an email. The email push is an email comes in, you look at it in the line and you have to react. You either have to read it or you have to delete it. And that's the push. It's a choice that you make every day. And if you really want to study a subject, like I study malaria, I get right now, every day of the week, I get 10 to 15 email pushes. I also, I do a thing where I'm always trying to discover the new, greatest and latest place to go hang out where there's not that many tourists yet. That's like the up-and-coming expat hangout. These places are really great, but once they get too full of tourists, they crash and burn. Any place that's really trendy outside the United States 10 years from now normally will not be trendy and will have lost all of the glamour. Okay, so there's always a honeymoon time for these places. So I'm studying those. So I do Google alerts that search for word terms, and they send me an email every time they find a term like, you know, expat bookstore. And then I get, so email pushes. So the newsletter that I send out is an email push. And we experiment all the time. Now we just changed newsletter. We didn't have newsletters for a few days, about 2 weeks. And it was really sad because not really, it was kind of bad planning. There's a whole bunch of things that went into it. We tried 3 or 4 companies before we landed on the one that's doing this one to now. And rightly so, I sometimes have days where I'm not really up for doing this. And today's Saturday, but I do this 7 days a week, and I like it. I enjoy it because it makes me think. But the email push is the reaction. So if you really, there's many things that work like this. Like when I want to remember something, I go stick if I wanted to remember to take my razor with me to the car, I would go put this in front of the door and make myself react and walk over it and either deal with it or not take it. And once you really understand how to set up a checks and balances on yourself, you can get a lot more done. So I really thank Doug W. for giving me a very appropriate way to, I would call it like the email reaction, which is no fun. Email push. Very good term, and I appreciate it. And if you actually lived with me or went with me or you would see that I have incredible amounts of things that push me to do things. Like to do the book, I had to literally push myself because it wasn't something I had to do. So when you want to do something that is outside the box, that's extra proactive, you have to create a push system. And sometimes it's just my research emails come in and I update malarianimby.org. I'm always updating this page because I'm getting in new information. Then hopefully after I saturate one such, I keep finding new ways to push myself. I join, clubs, or I join Facebook, or I join, different things on Facebook, or I join Twitter, or I join Twitter groups that push me. Most of the time it's an incredible waste of energy. But I only need, a lot of times to make progress, I just need 1 in 30 or 40 emails. I mean, I'm always amazed at people that say, I don't subscribe to your newsletter because I don't travel. But I said, well, you're going to travel 2 years from now. And they go, yeah. And I says, there's probably some information that you would hear today that you could use 2 years from now. They don't understand the idea of stockpiling knowledge to solve future problems. A monkey just lives today completely, one day renewable life. A advanced human plans for the future and accumulates knowledge to solve problems that they don't have. And they want to solve them without going through the the pains of travel. So what I'm trying to always do is trying to help you to understand how to avoid some of the things that I've had to do the rough way, the tough way. Because after 16 years of nonstop traveling, I've really went through the oven a few times. Okay, thank you, Doug. The email push.
We can pack up tomorrow. Tonight, let's flip a coin.